Do not ever give Chabad House of the East Bay a single penny. Do not ever donate anything to Chabad of the East Bay, which is run by Yehuda Ferris and his wife, Miriam Ferris. She inherited about $80 million in real estate. Everybody in Berkeley knows this. And as it's been said many times, and everything here can be proven, it's on public record. It's in the Alameda County Superior Court web domain e-portal. You can log in, get a username and password, and you can look up cases. And if you look up case number RP22120163, you'll see it all. A man worked for the Pharisees for 30 years like a slave. He came from 7 generations of rabbis in Israel, great mystical lineage. But he came all the way to Berkeley. His parents had separated. He came down with terminal cancer in 2014 and was given 6 months to live. And luckily he lived 6 more years with a lot of high-tech treatment and a good brother who looked out for him. And he left something of his worldly assets. He had a half ownership of 1810 Grant Street in Berkeley, house worth $2 million, like all houses in Berkeley. And he left $85,000 in cash in the bank. Well, actually $70,000 his brother found in cashier's checks that he gave to Ferris. And he wrote 2 trusts, 1 trust to give the siblings a percentage of ownership of his home, of his half ownership of 1810 Grant Street, primarily because the man's own non-Jewish Filipino daughters never spoke to him once in the whole 6 years before he died. And they admitted that in court on August 19th. You can check that in the transcript of the August 19th mini trial. And then he wrote a second trust. Supposedly he wrote a second trust just 4 months after he died. And in that he said, well, give each of my 3 siblings $30,000. And if they don't get it, every year it's another 10% tacked on to the $30,000. And if they don't get it right away, it's not only is the interest begins to generate at 10% a year, but it will become a lien on the property until paid in full. Well, Yehuda Ferris sold the cancer patient's half ownership of a $2 million house. He sold it for $82,000, but the whole house is worth $2 million. So how do you sell a piece of real estate worth $1 million for $82,000? Why did he do it? Well, his wife sent a text message to the late patient's brother and said, we didn't really sell the house, but if we can get you out of there, we're going to put it on the market and make some money. But if you go on welfare, you won't be in the street because they'll give you a free place to live. And the house happens to be 2 blocks from their latest pop-up synagogue that they bought for $2 million. And the same month that they sold the $1 million worth of real estate for $80,000, they bought $1 million property upstate New York. That's also in public record. So don't donate anything to these people, because now the 3 siblings are starving, have no money, are homeless, penniless, and are going to court trying to seek justice. But in the Bay Area, if you don't have a $50,000 retainer, you can't get a probate attorney to help you in a trust litigation battle. So don't donate to these insidious financial abusers disguised as Hasidic Jews, because they're not. They're not even Jewish. He was born of a non-Jewish mother and a non-Jewish father, because they come from Reform families, and Reform families go by the father's lineage, not the mother. And his wife Miriam also, same thing. She came from a Reform family. So in other words, her mother's not Jewish and her father was not Jewish. And even one of their sons, Label, who's the same Okay, name is the man's father who passed away. Label Ferris is online saying my grandparents weren't religious. Well, who's his grandparents? His parents' parents. Don't donate a single penny to these people. They're parasites. They stole the poor man's $85,000. They sold his property for $82,000. And the grown-up siblings in their 60s are dirt poor, no savings, no property. They could be in the street. They're basically in the street. Two of them are homeless. So do not waste your time, and do not donate a penny to these evil people who can't get a million in 35 years in Berkeley. Save your money. Give it to someone who really needs it.